Hello, Westside family. Let's press pause for a few moments and consider what it means to live loosed. There are two passages in Scripture we will look at today. The first one is super familiar to a lot of us, Lazarus being raised from the dead. Listen to John 11, verses 43 and 44 from the New King James translation. Now when he had said these things, he cried with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come forth!" And he who had died came out, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Loose him and let him go." Long story short, Lazarus was sick for several days, and then he died. When Jesus came to town, he asked Martha and Mary, Lazarus' sisters, to show him to the tomb. Jesus commanded the stone be rolled away. Then he prayed and thanked God for hearing him and allowing him to demonstrate God's power. He cried with a loud voice, or one translation says he shouted with authority for Lazarus to come out of the tomb. Lazarus hobbled out, bound hand and foot, and with a cloth bound over his face. And Jesus said to those standing near, "Loose him and let him go." Our second story this morning is found in Luke 13, verses 10 through 13, again from the New King James translation. Now he, being Jesus, was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath, and behold, there was a woman who had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bent over and could in no way raise herself up. But when Jesus saw her, he called her to him and said to her, "Woman, you are loosed from your infirmity." And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. What are the common threads in these stories? Well, both Lazarus and the woman were bound, and both had to make their way to Jesus before they could be loosed. I don't know what kind of bondage you may be living in today. Bondage to fear, to alcohol, to anger. Honestly, it doesn't matter what bondage it is. What matters is Jesus is stronger than that bondage, and he wants to loose you from it. If you give him a chance, if you hobble to him even while you're bound, he can break the bonds and set you free. You can live loosed through the power of Jesus.